Hello, beautiful soul. Colleenwynia here, your Reset Your Vibe energy coach and spiritual intuitive. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to speak to you about trusting your intuition and developing it as it's related to matters of the heart. Are you feeling a heavy heart going on for you right now? Are you feeling a heaviness in your body? Is there some place that's just like you're feeling stuck, not able to fully trust? You're doubting yourself. You could be getting some intuitive hits, but you're not quite sure which way to turn, which way to go. I hear you. Myself today was feeling a really, really heavy heart, although I did show up and hosted and served my clients inside Crystallize Your Vision. And through it, we dove into what was in our own way of believing and trusting. So I want to talk to you about that. So I'm going to end up giving you 3 things here today, 3 points that we covered. I won't bring up all of them, but 3 of them, so you can relate to how they work in your life and see if there's some crossovers. Now, before I get into those 3 and give a little bit of background behind it or helpful tips along with it, what I would love to really share with you is just that reminder of this. I want to give you the background. So as you're trusting your intuition and people say, well, I'm doubting and I want to learn more. I want to really move forward and trust my spiritual, messages that are coming to me, the guides. I want to be able to speak to them more. I want to connect with my loved ones on the other side. I get that all the time. And the very first place we need to go is to our heart. So as I said, I have a heavy heart. I'm working through it, but there's more there. And so this is what I thought it was actually a perfect time to do this video for you, because I'm in it. I'm in this heaviness while I'm clearing it and moving it. But first I got to understand what it is at the same time. Not always, but a lot of the time you do. So why the heart? Let's make sure we're all on the same page here. The reason the heart is our focus is because the heart brain, that's actually the brain in where we really operate with our highest intelligence. Okay? This has certain neurological activities and can tell us how to tie shoes and how to drive a car and how to telling our blood to flow in and out of our heart at the right pace and the whole thing. But when we're talking about our intuition and trusting ourselves, all it is we're questioning ourselves. And that could be because there's an emotional block. There's some kind of, pattern mentally that we're holding on to from the past. So let's get into the first one. Okay, so number 1, if you're noticing resistance, it's called embracing resistance. Okay, this is where we need to go. So let's say, for example, just like one of my clients, she was questioning herself that she had grown as far as she has because she saw a repeat pattern come up in how she responded with frustration and anger, and it was a similar pattern that she didn't think she would attract or manifest to her again, because it was a couple of years ago. There was a challenge with receiving some money in a system, kind of like systematic payout. And then she got advised that this money still exists for her, and she went about receiving it, and ran into some very similar glitches. So it was like a real repeat. And she's like, what? Where did this come from? And she felt so reactive, and she's in it feeling a little bit off. And so what you really want to do to understand that is have less judgment on yourself that these things are coming back up for you in a different pattern, because you're not gone backwards. You have not gone backwards, my friends, right? Spirit is here supporting you. You are spirit. You are God. You're the creator, but you're here to show yourself these experiences, to remember just how far you've gone, and to give yourself time to fully keep integrating. So when resistance is coming up, and resistance is like a reaction to that which is going on, I really, really want you to love and embrace yourself. Embrace that little girl, embrace that little boy. I want you to look at yourself outside of yourself as if that beautiful little being is sitting here across from you, and you're, cross-legged, and you could see it as your child, because this is your child self. And allow yourself to show yourself what the pain is, or what the grief is, or what the resistance is that you're really reacting to. So this is where I'm going to go to later for myself. as I'm going to go into what's going on, in addition to a chiropractic appointment that I have booked here shortly. And I'm going to experience and discover over time what that is. But in the meantime, the best medicine I can give myself is to embrace and allow that resistance to be present. Because you've heard the saying, that which you repress, right? That which you suppress or repress, it keeps popping up. Can't think of the phrase right now. But it is right there. It's not going to go away until you fully honor it. So take time, be gentle with yourself. I want you to do the areas that move the energy. It might be dynamic movement, body movement. It might be dance. It might be grabbing a pillow and holding it up to your mouth and yelling into the pillow, right? So you're not yelling at somebody else. It might be actually hitting things to kind of get the energy out. And it might be journaling, right? And it might be a deep meditative with music therapy. My favorite is breath work. As a breathwork facilitator for over 20 years and trained and certified as a rebirther, I really can help you in a one-on-one session as well. But in our program, we dive into all of these facets. We cover all of them at the same time. So what you want to be able to do is use these modalities that are in your life and available to you. If you aren't already using them, work with someone like me who can help introduce them to you. And let's get the energy moving, but with love and compassion and deep kindness to yourself, okay? So now, what's the next thing? The next thing what we covered today was about how being out of alignment with yourself, with your truth, is draining, absolutely draining. And how do you know when you're out of alignment? Well, take a look what's going on. For example, one of my members has she had a beautiful experience where she was attracted to another person, but she's still in a relationship. And these energies were getting stronger. She didn't act on them, but she's noticing what's going on for her. And so as we dove into her truth, what came out of it was she does know that the current relationship she is in is ending. This is actually when she joined my program. I think it was about 5 months ago. This particular experience was still a thing. It was up, this relationship thing, and it hasn't changed. So she's really getting the feeling that it's over. She's wondering if it's this other person, right? Well, whether it's the other person or the other person is the catalyst to move her forward with all the stressors going on in other areas of her life that she feels, she just wants to avoid the pain, right? So when you're out of alignment, it's draining. So she said, I'm so tired juggling all these other, school and business and work and relationships, and I'm exhausted. And so we dove in and I explained how when you make choices that become more in alignment with you, which is clearly it's actually moving out of a relationship, and letting that relationship become a different form, because we don't have to leave it, but it does change form. And that would be really good for her. So I asked her why. Why are you not making a change, or what's up for you? And she says, I'm afraid of the pain. So first out of alignment sign is that you're tired and drained, but then you're afraid of the pain. So you hold back. So I shared a story how I was in a very opposite experience to her, where it was like I was the one that was being left or slowly kind of not spoken the truth to. But energetically, I could feel this boyfriend of mine in my early 20s was pulling away, but he didn't actually break up with me. So it was this experience where I could feel it happening, but he was saying, oh no, we're still together or whatever. And I said, how come you don't want to get together more? Or, whatever the thing at the time. And he wouldn't own up because he thought I had too much on my plate. Instead, I was in more pain because I could feel the energy anyways. I could feel the pulling away and the separation of the relationship ending, but didn't understand why. So think about the things in your life that you're feeling aligned to or you're not feeling aligned to, and how you can take that step off the cliff and, meet those parts of yourself. You'll actually end up freeing up more energy. One of the other members, I loved her feedback. She said, it's like if there's a train in the station, a new train can't come in. right? So we need to like get that one train out of the station and that goes to a relationship, that goes to new energy, that goes to new inspiration, it goes to creativity, right? So that's what I'm saying. I have a heavy heart. It's getting lighter as I'm sharing with you. However, it still has to move. So I have more energy and more enthusiasm. Okay, right? So number one, embrace the resistance that's coming up. Number two, notice where when you're out of alignment with a relationship or anything, it's draining and fatiguing. And also, yes, it can bring up fear. That's where you want to work with. So number three, you want to trust your soul's timing. Trust your soul knows when it's the time to make a shift, because our mind, which is up here, versus the mind in our heart, right? We want to come back to our heart brain. You can go to Heart Math Institute and learn about the powers of the heart, multiple time frequency higher than our mind, right? So you want to lead with your heart. That's intuition, right? What's your heart say? What's your gut say? You've all heard this, right? Well, this is the work I do with you, is to help you actually not only just hear it, but begin to interpret the messages of the body, the universe, our loved ones who crossed over, all the signs, right? They call me the signs girl. And trust the signs as it relates to your particular situation, all right? And trust your soul knows when to reveal things to you. We had another experience where one of my members, she realized she was dealing with abandonment for her whole life. And she was like in her 6th decade of life. And she realized, she knew this before, but she didn't understand how big a role it was playing inside of her activities that she chose for her life. So how she showed up as a mom, how she showed up as a business owner. And there's both sides to it. There's the incredible gift. So those of you who have been abandoned, it has helped prime you to be this incredible strength and warrior and this independent being. It can only go on for so long though. So when my member is suddenly traveling and she had more time, she just kind of take in life, and she didn't have all her, at home responsibilities and her job, like that she runs a business and all of these things, she had more time to feel. And that is exactly what I'm speaking on, that trust your soul. It's timing to reveal to you when it's time. It was perfect time for her because she was able to be on her trip and her soul could speak to her, or her inner voice could speak to her. And then she, it was all brought together by, a reading that she had from sort of an astrologer. Whereas like something was indicated, but she didn't connect the dots until she went away and she was in her downtime for the first time in a long time and having fun, right? So the more we enjoy ourselves doing things, the more the joy comes in. So I want to leave you with that. Those are 3 areas that we talked about today, and they're all forms of ways to trust your intuition. So just a quick recap here is embracing resistance and what is coming up for you to have more love and kindness, and journal it out, breathe it out, book a call with me. I can help you with that regard big time. You may be a perfect member here for Inside Our program. I was just describing to you the incredible experiences from these women and the shifts that they're having. It's called Crystallize Your Vision, and it's to help you energize your intuition to bring more clarity, confidence, and creativity. And essentially it is embodying your intuitive brilliance, merging with your emotional wisdom. It's one and the same. And we work through incredible layers to bring you more in tune with a purposeful life that you feel really good about in vibrant health, love, money, and magic. So if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love for you to join here on the channel. And so number 1 was embracing resistance. Number 2 was out of alignment with yourself and how it causes fatigue. So we get that shifted, we do something different, and our energy rises, our clarity comes in, right? We have more knowing and strength to move forward on things that are challenging for us and bring up pain and worry and fear. And number 3, trust your soul's destiny and the timing of it. So I'll leave you with this thought. Absolute knowing. We are moving from a place of trust to actually absolute knowing. So it's like a deeper level. I have said for years, we're all knowing. We're all knowing, but it's actually another level. It's absolute knowing. So just breathe in those words and know that you're on track. I love you very much. I'd love for you to join our program or take a look at it. You can book a clarity call with me at the links below, or the link about crystallize your vision, and have a look at all these successful member stories, videos, and written experiences. And those are just some of them that are on the site down below. I'm really excited to meet you. Colleenwynia, your Reset Your Vibe Energy Coach, Spiritual Intuitive, sending you all my love for a big, beautiful, blessed experience moving forward, regardless of what's happening outside of you. Bring it inside. That's how you trust your intuition.